Integrated 3 students, we are going to be taking this Flex Day video lesson, and we're going to be doing a little bit of discovery of pi. A lot of you have worked with the value pi for a long time, but you may not know really what kind of a special relationship it is or where it comes from. So that's our goal today, is we're going to be learning about pi. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so what I'd like everybody to do is open up Geogebra Geometry. You can get there again. We've been on there several times. You just type in Geogebra Geometry and you click the top one. Okay. And so what we're going to be doing first is let's talk about the idea of this. So the Greeks back in the day, they discovered this relationship pi, and they noticed it was something that was special about every circle that exists. So I've got this little dish here. Okay, here's a circle, right? Any circle that exists in the universe, at any size circle, will have that property of there's going to be pi, that relationship within it. So let's figure out that relationship right now. We're going to use GeoGebra to help us out. So let's go ahead and start by constructing a circle. So click the circle tool and create yourself a circle. Okay. Now we all know, I'm going to add a little text on here, that pi, or excuse me, we have all our formulas. We have area equals pi times r second power, right? So we know these relationships here. So that's area, pi times r squared. Circumference, which I spelled wrong, circumference, okay, is equal to 2 times pi times r, which could also be written as this, pi times the diameter. And this circumference formula is really what we're looking at, which I need to edit that, if that will let me. Looks like it's not going to, so I'm going to add another one. So there's area there. Let's add one more. So we have these two formulas where pi comes into play here. Okay. So we see these two relationships. Now what we want to do is we want to use these to help us figure out, how did the Greeks figure out this relationship. Okay. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this circumference formula to help us out. So what I'd like us to do first is I want to find the circumference of the circle that we have drawn. So what I'd like everybody to do is go to this distance tool here, and you can just click the circle and it gives you automatically the circumference, right? Okay, so we know that's the circumference. The next thing I want to do is I want to find the diameter of this circle. Now, you can't just take a segment, make a chord. We have to be able to construct this this diameter. There's no way we're going to get it perfect, right? So we're not going to do it that way. What we need to do is this. We need to draw a line from A or B to A. So you click your line tool and you click from B to A. Okay, I'll show that again. Then now we can construct our diameter, because we know if we put a point here, if we make a segment from C to B, it should be the diameter. Okay. And this line is no longer useful, so we actually want to hide this line. So we have this show hide object tool here. Click that. Click the actual line itself, and then hit enter and it will go away. Now it's also going to shift over your formula tool here. So we need to click back under the tools section. So here's the algebra. We want to go back to tools. And now let's measure our diameter here. So we're going to click distance or length. And also I want to label this line. So they call this line, if we click the show hide label, they call this line G here. And we want to measure that diameter. So our diameter is 11.3, and I don't know what happened to my circumference. I'll get that back. So here is our circumference and our diameter. Okay. So this is what the Greeks were doing back in the day. They were taking circles and they were measuring circumference, possibly with strings. So I could take the distance around like this little bowl here, measure that, and then measure straight across through the center. Okay, that's what they were doing. And they just kept doing that with all different sizes of circles, and they kept finding one relationship to be true with these. So what we're going to do is we're going to show that relationship. What I need everybody to do is go over to this algebra tool here, and we're going to create a function over here on the left side. Okay, we're going to click here, and we are going to click the plus sign, and we're going to say expression. Okay, so we're going to type in, you see they've labeled up here A is the circumference. So we're going to type A. All right, and it knows that it's equal to that. And then we're going to divide that by the diameter. So we do divided by G, and then we're going to hit enter. Okay, and we get a number 3.1 here. All right, now there's not enough decimal places in this. Let's actually extend this. Go here and go to settings. So over here, the little triple dot next to that function we just created, triple dot, settings. Click over here at this little gear, and then you can round. So it's rounding to 1 decimal place. Let's do that to like 10 decimal places. And look at the number we get. 3.14159265536. This is pi, right? Okay. Let's close the setting. And what we're going to do is we're going to click here, and we can drag it. So if you click in the very center of this function and drag it, we can pull it out here. Okay. We can go over here, or back over to our tools, and grab the move tool. And I'm going to move B around. Oh, and you can see that it's starting to approximate it to be pi, right? And that's always true. Any size circle that we make, the relationship between pi and, of the circumference and the diameter is the ratio that the Greeks discovered, right? It's very, very important ratio that we use for all circles that exist on a two-dimensional plane, and this is what allows us to use this under any size circle that exists, which is really great. So that's sort of the mini lesson today on this Flex Day. It's only 7 minutes long, but I just wanted to, I thought it'd be an interesting lesson since Pi Day is coming up. Today's the 7th of March, so we got 1 week until Pi Day. And just in case some of you did not know this fact about pi, or how it was constructed, or discovered, right? Then, I wanted to share that with you. All right, everybody listen up. There's a problem happening right now. I got an email, I emailed a certain physics teacher at our school. Okay, yes, I got dramatic music playing because there's a real problem here. Okay. So, Mr. Haddard is telling his students to round pi to 3. And I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely ridiculous, and you should not do that. Okay? As you've seen, it took years for them to discover this this value. So just rounding it to 3 is quite ridiculous. All right, and you can see our email exchange here. Okay, starting at the bottom and then working our way up. Some students informed me of what he was doing. So please, for my sanity, please do not do this. All right, that's it. That's where we end it. Have a great rest of your day.